So I think the blonde has held up really well. It hasn't gotten brassy.
Yeah.
Which is good. I've been using the purple shampoo once a week. So I was thinking like, based on how much, because I'm so white, especially in front.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that like something like these would be?
You want to do more of like an ash blonde?
Yeah, I think if it's, like I was looking at, you know, that she went from warmth to like much ashier.
Yeah. Yeah, we could shoot for that.
Because I feel like,
Can we show?
Like this one I liked a lot too, yeah.
Just the scheme.
I haven't made a Pinterest board in years, but.
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely aim for that and pick up more of the orange out.
Yeah, like pull the orange and went maybe a little bit blonder than that. That looks a little maybe like too more ashy.
Oh, okay, that's too ashy. Okay, yeah, we could do that.
I think like that one I like a lot.
Okay, screenshot that one and then text that to me. Okay, are we doing a haircut too?
Yes, because we did that last time.
Was your roots bugging you at all? Like,
yeah, so I've been, I think especially because there's still a lot of warmth. Mm-hmm. So I didn't do it yesterday, but I've been spraying it with like blonde spray.
Okay. When did you feel like you had to start doing that?
Maybe about a month in-ish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just because of the warmth?
I think it was more because of the warmth. So that was kind of my goal too with maybe going blonder is that like all of like this would blend better.
Okay,
does that make sense? Again, I'm also like, you're the expert. These are just like my thoughts.
Yeah.
But I did notice too, like if I don't work out, I can actually stretch it a day now between washing it, which has been
great. That's good.
Which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but like for me that's
no, that's great.
A lot. Like I washed it yesterday, but not this morning. Yeah,
but compared to the old color too, it feels better.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, like I definitely I'm excited to get more of that warmth out, but I love that my highlights didn't turn like brassy right away.
Yeah.
Which is what was happening with my old person.
Okay, sounds good.
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So here we have a returning client. You might recognize her from a previous YouTube video where I did her first session, and her before in her first session definitely looked like more of a solid tone, warm color all over. We definitely added some lighter pieces to kind of break everything up, and this is pretty much the fade of it. This is probably just a few months out from then, and so since this is pretty much her second session with me, we're going to be going in and just really trying to pick up a little bit more of that warmth, but also try and match her gray pattern a little bit better this time around, so that each time that she comes in for her touch-up, it gets better and better. And so as I'm going in and doing my signature placement, the reason why I love this placement so much is because it's so visually easy to kind of pick up where I left off last time. It makes it very simple to grab all the warm pieces, and that way we can avoid any type of like overlapping or just like extra time of searching for that dimension that was left out the previous appointment. I feel like whenever you're transitioning a client and you put in all this work the first session, and then to have the second session take longer because you're picking out the depth that you left, kind of just sounds counterintuitive to me, because it's just like making extra work if you're having to pick out those pieces and it's taking a little bit longer. So to avoid the more detailed pickouts of like the dimension, I love doing this placement where we utilize slices, so it's very easy to just pick out that slice that was left out last time. And so if you're new here, the placement basically goes where I start in the back. It's always at the nape, and in the back mohawk we will do a center section, and I kind of work my way up until the crown of the head, like until we get close to the money piece like we are now. And now I'm going in and pretty much just detailing her hairline. She said her hairline was a little bit bugging her because it has a lot more silver and white hair there. So I'm really packing in these foils, mostly doing like a baby light type of blend. Now when she came in the other times, we did more like slices around the hairline, but now that we're kind of blending closer to her gray pattern, this is kind of like when I like to start weaving around the hairline a little bit more to kind of incorporate some of her gray into the blend and just really soften it. And then after I've packed in a few of those like more weave and blends around the hairline, I'm going to continue doing my slicing pattern of the mohawk for the rest. And these foils are going to be pretty close together because we are still working on getting rid of that warmth. Once a lot of that warmth is out, we can start utilizing more of the depth of her natural hair color, and we can leave a little bit more spacing in between and start weaving these sections. But as of right now, because she is still pretty warm overall and just making it feel like the blonde is just like overpowering, I don't want to miss these parts because this is only her second session with me, so I want to make sure that we kind of grab everything here. So again, since this is technically this side of that money piece, I am still weaving, and what this is pretty much going to do now that we've kind of already did and put in those slices to kind of get rid of a lot of that warmth out, is now we're blending in her like natural gray, silver and white to the blonde that we're going to be putting in her hair. And then that foil right above her ear is also weaved as well too. After that, I'm going to continue doing my slicing pattern because this is the more interior part of her hair and where we left a lot of that warmth from the first session. And as we go in, when she comes in next time too, I will still be picking up some of that warmth out, but we will definitely get to a point where like she's not having to do as many slices. We can start spacing out her foils a little bit more and even doing a more weave pattern if she prefers. So after we did her root foils, I did kind of add some lightener to the blonde that has been highlighted last time. And right now you can see we lifted her to about like a level 9, like a 9.5, and she lifted actually really well too, even though she had like old permanent color on her mids and ends. The reason why I added the lightener on the blonde parts for the rest is because I wanted the blonde to just feel a bit brighter for her overall, and she wanted something a little bit ashier. So for her toners today, I am using the Danger Jones gloss toners for it, and her root formulation is going to be a 7-0, and we like to apply this vertically around the whole head. I always apply behind the money piece, like I root everything behind the money piece, and I typically will tone everything behind the money piece too before I even root the money piece, just to kind of give it a bit more dimension to where the front is lighter. And then the toner in the mids and ends is going to be the 10-32 mixed in with the 10-12. And I really love using the Danger Jones gloss toners because they have built-in bonder with the stem eyes, and it gives extreme shine to the hair, but also just makes the hair feel really soft. So it almost feels like when I'm toning my clients that it really does seal the cuticle and make the hair so soft and glossy afterwards. I always get compliments from my clients saying how much they love the way the toner makes their hair super shiny.
Good.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Good. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. I absolutely loved it. We got rid of a lot of that old warm tone, so she does definitely feel lighter and brighter and more on the cooler toned side versus from what she came in with. But I definitely say it's still a work in progress because this is only her second session with me. She has more of like a finer hair texture, so I don't want to push it past its limits, and we definitely want to make sure that her hair feels the softest and healthiest as possible during this whole transition. But overall, I love the way that this came out, and I can totally see as this goes down the line that is going to blend so well as it grows out. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.